Hey guys, it's Rodimus Primal. I am back with another video, and today I've got for you another toy review. This time I am doing the Siege War for Cybertron Cog, and you can see he is a Battle Master. He is a deluxe class toy. He's got some really awesome packaging, and from what we can see, he can be taken apart and become this really awesome vehicle. Just taking a look over the packaging as a whole, which is very much the same as Skytread, which I did yesterday. But I'm going to take them out and let's take a look. Consider supporting the channel on Patreon. With your support, you can help us bring you more content like this. Okay, so now we have Cog outside of the packaging. I do want to take note at something that was brought to my attention, is that on the side here, you really can't see it unless you put like a certain kind of light to it. You can kind of see lettering, and you can go on Hasbro's, I think, Transformers.com, and it will actually give you information either about the character or something else that, is out there. Now, as for Cog himself, he is a really cool toy. He does roll pretty well in vehicle mode. This is, the one thing about this toy is that he is a parts former, which means all of his parts disconnect and then reconnect, and that's pretty much what you get, out of him. And what I've actually done is I've connected it to the way that they've, shown in the instructions. But he's actually two separate vehicles, which is Gasket and Grommet. If you follow the original, toy that came out in the 80s, he was one of the vehicles that came with Fortress Maximus. Now, Metroplex came with 6-gun, Slammer, Scamper, and they were all components of Metroplex. Gasket and Grommet, who merged to form Cog, was a component of Fortress Maximus. And, so that's what he was. The one thing about this toy that this new toy does not do, but the original did, was you were able to seat a headmaster. Specifically, it was supposed to be Fortress Maximus himself, who was supposed to roll, in the actual car, but there's no actual seat that he can sit, that any of the Prime Masters, Headmasters, whatever, can sit in. So what you get is just, a vehicle that can roll and gets all his armaments attached. He comes apart really easily. So like the legs here, just they pop off with ease, almost to the point of like, I wonder if there was something like in like the manufacturing of it that makes it where they don't stick very well. But, kind of zooming in here, you can see all of the detail that they put in it. And that is something that I really like about this line, is the detail of these vehicles. The battle damage is pretty much only on the arms itself. So that's not a bad thing, because I don't really care for a lot of the battle damage myself on some of the, from what I've seen out of images. But both Skytread / and Cog here, flywheels, I know that's why I want to call him flywheels, don't have that much battle damage, and that's not a bad thing. To do some size comparisons, gonna bring in some of his good old 1987 buddies. We're gonna bring in Chrome Dome, Brainstorm, and Highbrow. Bring in Outback. Get a Voyager in here with a Leader 1. And we've got Windblade here in the back. And I'm going to bring in the Leader class Rodimus Prime, just so you can see a good size comparison of them all. Just so you can see how they all scale with one another. And I think what's really nice is that the toys really do scale well with one another. Even the Decepticons, scale pretty well with Cog, all together. But, he's a really, really nifty toy. So let's get all these out of here. Okay, for his actual transformation, what we're going to do here is it really disconnects very easily. It's only one small connector in the back that connects the vehicle, the two vehicles together, so you can have one in tow, but, and it holds together well when they're rolling, which it doesn't really roll, but once you do so, you can just easily stand them up, form feet and legs. I think this is going to be, again, another Voltron reference, as if you saw my Skytread, video yesterday. Then we are going to form, you have the torso, and the arms, you can see here, it on pegs from here, and then there are pegs here on the side, which the arms connect to. So here we are, we formed feet and legs. Now we're forming arms and then torso. But in order to do so, you slide this part up like so, which is actually underneath, so you can see what I just did. Tops open that way. And this connector part here connects to this hole there. And yay, a leg is popping off while I'm mid-transforming it. Again, he comes apart really, really easily. So, and I'll form the head. So, once he stands up in his robot mode, and then you've got his guns there, he is a cool looking toy. I like his robot mode, altogether. I like the fact that it has pretty good, decent articulation. You have knee movement. You have, he does have rotation because of the way that it pegs into his arms. You can turn his head left and right. And he also has, swivel here. But pretty much almost every joint, with the exception of the knees, is actually a connector port. So the reason why this turns is because that's how it goes into the peg. The reason why there is thigh swivel is because that's how it connects to the peg. And to be quite honest with you, it makes the toy feel a little cheap, but in reality, it's because this toy has so much playability. I like to peg the guns either on the sides of his arms, or you have the also option, which is another thing that I like to do, is peg them up here and give him that 6-gun like feel, for his shoulders and his arms. And he has, a really, really cool looking robot mode altogether. I even, some playability as I've been messing around with him. If you fold the arm up like so and turn the arms this way, you pretty much get, weapons galore. So you can arm him up however you wish. There is so much playability out of this toy, even for its faults, which is still cool overall. And he has a lot more play modes, that you can do with him, and I'm going to get to that. But first, I'm going to move him to the side here and set the camera up this way, and let's see some size comparisons. Okay, first comparison you can already see is Prima, but we'll bring in Punch, which is his first 1987 buddy that I've got here. We'll bring in Headmaster Chrome Dome in the back. We're peeking out towards the back. Bring in Highbrow. And Brainstorm. And I don't have Hardhead, but I do have another bot who was a headmaster in the 1987 Rebirth, but I don't have her headmaster toy, as RC, one of my wife's favorite characters. Let's bring in a few more. We got Target Master Windblade. Got Outback. Going to bring him in with scale with some Voyager. We have Elita 1. And with a leader class figure, Rodimus Prime. So, I'm going to take a step back and look at what we've got here. So. But now, we're going to take a look and see what all the other stuff that you can do with COG. Okay, as you notice, I brought in Flywheel's Skytread for the sheer reason that he is fully compatible with COG, and so are all the deluxes, and pretty much the entire Siege line is designed to work with these, I would say Weaponizer, Battlemaster, whatever you want to call it, which is pretty cool. You can do everything from, connecting one of his arms to the sides here, giving him weapons, as you can see. You can attach it to the back, backpack there. There are pegs on the feet, pegs on the legs, a whole bunch of different playability. Now, how that playability works out is COG comes apart for not just the reason that the original toy did, but also because he is designed to work in creating almost like a brute mode for these new Siege Deluxe toys, giving them a little extra height. You can take this portion right here, disconnect it. There we go. And from there, you can attach the fists to the sides here, giving him, it's almost a backpack. And then there's a connector port right here that sticks out. Turn the sucker around, and you've got this little shoulder-mounted weapon, which is pretty nifty. And we're going to attach this to the back here. Stick those out this way. And get him to stay. Head can come down this way. This folds out. And then you have a little peg that sticks out. And it can be attached to any port on the arm or on the leg if you want. And it gives him an extra weapon. So you can really customize the toy in so many ways. I've seen a lot of pictures online displaying all the different things that you can do with these toys. I've seen people take more than one COG and really armor up someone. And color scheme wise, I think he would work probably best like with Optimus or Ironhide or any other Autobot that's red or blue. It doesn't quite work well with Skytread, but I'm sure we'll see some other Decepticons. I think Brunt, who is one of Trypticon's drones, is supposed to be in this line, so we'll see him. And I think that's pretty nifty. I dig it. I like this toy. I think it's a really cool implementation of something that was pretty much just an extra vehicle that came with the original Fortress Maximus, giving you a pretty decent toy, but now you've got an even better toy out of this one, except for the fact that it comes apart a lot. And I've enjoyed it so far. I want to see some stuff out there. I want to see some more pictures out there, what people have been doing with their toys, because you can do so much, out of it when it all is said and done. And, you can even play with him as if he's in battle, he's fighting off against this Decepticon and boom, knocks off an arm. and he fires back and knocks over Skytread. Yeah, a lot of playability you can do there, which is always a fun thing. Playability is a good thing when it comes down to these toys. And on top of keeping highly detailed, really awesome looking toys overall. But I want to know what you guys think. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. If you like this video, be sure to thumbs up and subscribe. Check me out on social media. Check out all my other videos as well. I have one more review coming this week that will be a G1 toy. And then I will do another Transformers discussion video that's coming down the pipeline, of course. It's supposed to be by the end of the month, hopefully. I'm going to be working on it. And, of course, if you want to support me on Patreon, I will be giving my shout out right here to all of my patrons. Thank you so much for all of your support. I have more stuff coming down the pipeline. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.